I'm Rebecca Sugar, and I created Steven Universe.
I'm Steven Sugar. I'm Rebecca's brother and background designer on the show, and also the inspiration for the main character.
We both grew up in Maryland when we're doing the show, trying to incorporate seasons into the way that it felt being on the East Coast, especially because it's set at the beach, and that's usually such a California thing.
You got it, dude!
We were always drawing a lot. We did a lot of drawing. I was drawing a lot of comics. Steven was always really good at drawing like spaceships and just really technical drawing. I would draw a lot of characters and people, which is nice because it's kind of what we're doing now. I liked everything that was animated. Kind of didn't like anything that wasn't animated.
Defense rank S. 0 openings detected. Go, Pearl, go!
We watched a lot of Looney Tunes with our dad. Because he loved old animation, and he loved anime too. He would have collections of like Canadian animation and Russian animation and really interesting foreign animation too. And our parents were really supportive about us doing art.
I just turned all my fingers into cats!
I picked up like the banjolele and the ukulele. I like a lot of like silly little vaudevillian style songs, but I still only know like 8 chords or something, which is why I have this thing, because it automatically does all the chords for me. We are the crystal gems. We'll always save the day. I'm really influenced by video games for music. I was really obsessed with Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. The songs in that game were really simple and repetitive, but you sort of never got sick of them, and they were so tied to the story. It's Steven.
Awesome!
Well, I started with making it about Steven because I knew who Steven was. And I've already drawn a million pictures of Steven.
Steven's the best! Steven's the best! Why, thank you, Temple.
It was like, how many things that I love from everything I've ever seen can I cram into this thing with Steven as sort of the center? It's always been our theory of the show, this sort of reverse escapism theory, which is that a fantasy world and fantasy characters became interested in real life and wanted to participate in that. And Steven is the son of a human being in a crystal gem.
I'm a gem!
You know, and he's like the product of fantasy having this love affair with reality, and all the imperfections of real life could be beautiful and fascinating to someone. And those are the things that are sort of exotic and foreign and interesting to these characters who are used to the impossible perfection of their fantasy world.
It's funny!
The gems are all sort of different versions of me. But I'm probably the most like Pearl. She's really neurotic.
Steven, until you learn to control the powers in your gem, we'll take care of protecting humanity. Okay?
Well, I think Steven is a lot like Steven. He's sort of supposed to be a lot like Steven.
If every pork chop were perfect,
We wouldn't have hot dogs!
Steven is still like you, but it's different. He's really grown a lot into sort of his own character that is a mix of everyone working on the show. So this is Ian Jones-Cordy. He's the supervising director. This is Danny Hines. He's our lead character designer. Hey. This is our storyboarder, Jeff Liu.
Hi.
He can make music on a Game Boy, which I can't. I don't understand how you do it.
It's cool. You can make Game Boy music, and I made the music for the Cookie Cat rap.
Cookie Cat! He's a pet for your tummy! Cookie Cat! He's super duper yummy! Cookie Cat! He left his family behind! Cookie Cat!
It just starts with an idea, and it starts with writing, and we'll flesh that out into a premise, and then we'll flesh that out into an outline, and we'll sort of have it all figured out.
Let's do it!
And then we'll pass that on to a team of storyboarders, and everything is written and drawn simultaneously, which I think is the only way to make cartoons.
We made it?
I carried you while you took a nap.
You know, and then there are 10,000 drawings that are done to animate each show. So it's a huge amount of art. We design all of the materials, everything you'll see. And then that gets animated by one of our 2 amazing studios in Korea. And this, you know, this stuff is all drawn still on paper, pen on paper. It's real traditional animation. It comes back, and then I get to work on it with my composers. And then it's done. There's a lot of little pieces in there because we have to create a really elaborate blueprint, you know, and a huge amount of materials to create the entire show, which I think is amazing. I'm always amazed when I see it done.